During times of crisis or uncertainty, the Book of Psalms serves as a timeless source of comfort and hope. Through its collection of 150 sacred poems and hymns, the Psalms provide solace by allowing us to express our deepest emotions and struggles, while reminding us of God's unwavering presence and faithfulness. In particular, the Psalms that address themes of suffering offer a guiding light, demonstrating how we can find peace and strength can be found in these verses even during our darkest trials, and that a path to peace and strength. One of the ways that the Psalms offer comfort and hope during times of crisis is by reminding us that God is with us and cares for us. Psalm chapter 46 verse 1 says, "God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble." This verse reminds us that even in the midst of turmoil and chaos, we can find shelter and strength in God. Similarly, Psalm chapter 121 verses 1 to 2 says, "I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." These verses reassure us that we are not alone in our struggles and that God is always there to help and guide us. The Psalms also offer comfort and hope by helping us to express our emotions and feelings. Psalm chapter 22, for example, is a powerful lament that expresses deep pain and suffering. The psalmist cries out, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me, so far from my cries of anguish?" Verse 1. This psalm is particularly relevant to those who are going through intense suffering or feeling abandoned by God. By reading and meditating on this psalm, we can find comfort in the fact that we are not alone in our pain and that God hears our cries. Another psalm that deals with themes of suffering is Psalm chapter 23, which is one of the most beloved and well-known psalms. This psalm speaks of God's comfort and cares for us, even in the darkest of times. The psalmist writes, "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." Verse 4. This verse reminds us that even in the midst of suffering, we can find peace and strength in God's presence. Another psalm that deals with suffering is Psalm chapter 13. This psalm is a very honest expression of the pain and loneliness that can accompany difficult circumstances. The psalmist asks God, "How long, Lord? Will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me?" Verse 1. However, even in the midst of this pain, the psalmist declares his faith in God's goodness and salvation, stating, "But I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. I will sing the Lord's praise, for he has been good to me." Verses 5 to 6. This psalm is a beautiful example of the way that we can bring our deepest emotions to God in prayer, while still trusting in his ultimate goodness and love for us. As we navigate through the storms of life, the Psalms provide a refuge for the weary soul. They serve as a powerful testament that amidst suffering and uncertainty, hope can be found in God's unfailing love. Whether it be the heartfelt lament of Psalm chapter 22, the longing thirst of Psalm chapter 42, or the unwavering trust of Psalm chapter 23, these psalms offer a language of prayer that resonates with our own experiences and invites us to seek solace in God's presence. Through the psalms, we can find the strength to endure, the peace to calm our troubled hearts, and the hope that guides us through even the darkest of times.